we need to establish AI ethics and data protection policies. And that goes in the same regard with this accountability and who is responsible for the use of this AI, no? Because if you are using AI for a client's project, or I don't know, you are working for this big enterprise and you are not careful, like there can be a lot of repercussions or consequences. Like what do you think about these AI ethics and data protection policies?
I mean, I can give Ezequiel this one to start, just to hear
Yeah, so
something.
yeah, I mean, from front-end side, we have to deal a lot with sensitive data because we are the input single point. You know, we have the forms, we have where the user introduces their passwords, their data. So it's very important to think about it because we cannot leak data from clients.
Yeah, right.
One reason is because in LLMs you cannot encrypt the what you are telling the LLM. In other systems, you can use some algorithms to encrypt text. You can do that kind of stuff. But for LLMs, since they need the text as it is, you cannot encrypt it. So if you tell to, I don't know, ChatGPT or Cloud, you are sending to OpenAI, to Anthropic, all what you are saying, you know. So if you are telling them passwords, then this is a mess, you know. You can. So we have to understand what we can say to the LLM. You need to know if you can, like, I don't know, bring mock data, bring false data that match the structure that you need to use, but you cannot use directly client data in LLM. So you can have to think that, use your ethics, use yeah, you need to be responsible of what you are using and what you are sending to an LLM. Even if you are self-hosting your model, you can do that, but there is in a file system what you're saying in plain text. So yeah, I don't know either way you want to say about it, but
Similar, I mean, just in the last part that it says that we just need some basic guidelines. Of course, there shouldn't be basic. I mean, we need strict guidelines to how we
Yeah.
treat data from clients, from anyone. Yeah, if you're interacting with your cell phone now, it's like the closest example. You have like a lot of data in your cell phone, and you have these LLMs, and everyone wants that you use them. Like all companies want that you use and ingest like your data. So it's completely important to me that we have like these strict guidelines and uh, regulations also, that what they do with their data once it enters the models. Do we let them to train on our personal data and personal information? Do we not let them? And usually that comes, weirdly enough, with a cost. Usually, if you, for example, see Gemini, I know that for workspaces, for the plan that you have for companies with Google, they don't train data that you input if you're a part of a Google workspace, right? It actually says that when you use Gemini. But for the regular people that use Google services, like myself, you don't have like that option. It's like we are going to train with your data unless you uncheck this setting that it's completely hidden in your application. So we still need some regulations to make this easier, that our data is completely safe and protected and not used or abused, right? On data leaks, or for example, let's say a hypothetical case in the future, there's a leak or somebody finds a way to leak information from the LLM trained data, right? And expose that as a, I don't know, as a data breach, right? And you will get like contacts, phone numbers, your photos, everything, for example. So I completely agree that we need strict guidelines, and hopefully it's not just about the companies, also governments need to enter the scene, and that gets completely messy always.
Yeah.
But I agree that we need to establish these guidelines because for example, I wouldn't want my personal data to be available for everyone. It's
Exactly.
something that I really like to be like privacy focused and develop services and things that are completely privacy focused and use the less amount of personal data that you need. And these things are really personal. For example, they train for us developers, right? They train on a bunch of projects and codes and on GitHub, for example. And that's something that it's not easy to opt out, right? Also, that's something that's another kind of worms
Yeah,
that you
totally.
that how easy it is to opt out of these services and this training data that you don't want to be part of. But yeah, completely agree that with Ezequiel that we need stronger policies to be able to complete using. I mean, more like taking full advantage, I would say, of LLMs. And if we need to send them data, at least please make sure that that thing is secure. That's like the TLDR on this. Yeah.